Welcome back. Hope you guys have been well since yesterday. Going to get into what is now the end of the 2025 travel calendar. So, obviously, if we are at the end, that means we're in December. So, we are in December of 2025. We'll be going over where we'll be going, what we are going to be doing before we get there. So, obviously, we're starting in January. We start actually next week. For you guys that are last minute travelers, come on, come on out. Literally, excuse me. Allergies are killing me right now. However, what I will tell you is that we will start in January next week. The 16th through the 19th will be in the Bahamas. So for all you last minute people, feel free. Feel free to message me if you are interested in coming out there with us. I think it's about 20 of us. So definitely going to be a good time. If you guys don't know, my name is RJ. We go live around the 3 o'clock hour. It was actually raining out here, so I didn't want the rain to be a distraction because it was relatively loud. But we go live every day to kind of do a number of things. One, we have an entire travel calendar. So each day we dedicate that day to go over where we're going, when we're going, what the itinerary is, how much things cost, get into all the nitty gritty to find out, hey, if you guys are interested to either travel with your friends somewhere, to meet a travel group that is designed to show you guys the best food, fun, history, and culture, then you have landed in the right place. Now, what I will tell you is January is one of the most relaxed trips because it's actually during inauguration weekend. So I know a lot of people were looking to uh, go to the presidential inauguration, and it didn't necessarily happen that way. So, like I said, last minute travelers, you might say, hey, you know what? I'm going to make a beeline. Depends on where you are in the world. It's probably snowing and it's going to continue to snow. So you might also may say, hey, things didn't work out and it's snowing. And we are branding this as like an opportunity to just get away and relax. So next week, January 16th through the 19th, we will be in the Bahamas. We'll be staying at the Wyndham Fortuna Beach. It's an all-inclusive resort in Freeport, Bahamas. Now, February is closed, so we will be. You guys missed February 14th through the 22nd. That is the Virgin Voyages. You do have an opportunity later in the year to go to Virgin Voyages, but we'll be getting into as things come off of the calendar, things that you can use. So outside of just hey, come with us when we do our next travel event, we also know a lot. I've been traveling for a long time, and there's so many things that I find out that you guys don't know. Whether it's how to get through immigration and passport without clear or without not clear. What's that? You got their TSA pre-check. You've got your global entry. But what if you don't have those? There is a fast way to do those. So we'll get into these kind of things, travel things that you might not know, how to better travel as these things come off the calendar. So February won't be doing any more coverage of that because that trip is now closed. Whereas March, we'll start with March because that is the furthest time out. March, we will be in two places. One, we will be here in Medellin, Colombia. So if you guys do not know, I live out here in Medellin. It is a beautiful time and is a beautiful place. What I will tell you is that a lot of people are now looking to move abroad. And with that comes questions, concerns. Do you know exactly where to live? So this relocation tour is designed for people to have narrowed down where they want to live and say, hey, Medellin, Colombia is on my radar, but maybe you've never been. Or maybe you only came here as a tourist, but you didn't really get to see the different neighborhoods. You don't know where to find a rental expert. If you're looking to buy property, um, any of those things, you've got to go piece all of that together. Well, the relocation tour pretty much takes all of that hassle out of you guys trying to figure out Medellin, how it's going to work for you. We bring all of the experts to you over 6 days and 5 nights. We bring you not only to the experts, but we bring you to the different neighborhoods. We let you see different properties so that you can kind of figure out, oh, I want to go to a different neighborhood because this neighborhood is a lot more walkable than this particular neighborhood where I might have a better view, but I can't walk to anything outside. If you guys have been paying attention since we started, which was, I guess, yesterday, I've been looking for a new place and found a new place in a new city within Medellin, a new neighborhood that I had never been to. I didn't even know a neighborhood could look like this in Medellin. It honestly looked like one of those really walkable downtown cities in like a LA or something, or California. I would say California. And it was really eye opening. And I'm like, man, there's still so much more to see. So we'll give you guys these opportunities during that relocation tour. That's going to be March 12th through the 17th. I've been getting a lot of people DMing me, messaging me, asking me if they can, if there's another relocation tour that's happening. Everything is always based off of demand. I'll be honest with you. So the more people that are interested in actually getting on ground legwork help with this stuff, it's not just what neighborhood, but once again, do you know where the hospital is? Do you know that you can get a doctor into your house? All of these things. Do you speak the language? Do you need help with language learning? These things were all things that many of the expat community down here had to piece together. We've put it all in a very easy and digestible package so that you don't have to figure out who's legit. We've already pre-vetted these people. And honestly, it's everybody that I've worked with and my friends over the years, getting them together to be able to move. So March 12th to the 17th, we will be down here in Medellin, Colombia, specifically for relocation for people that are looking to move abroad. Whereas later that month, March 27th through the 31st, we will be at Ocean Eden's Bay, adults only, all inclusive resort. March 27th through the 31st, Ocean Eden Bay, adults only, all inclusive resort. April, I am telling you guys now, things are working in the back end. Make certain that you guys are putting April 10th through the 14th. Now, I can't tell you yet, but I'm telling you, April 10th through the 14th is, if you guys, I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it was, the parrots are back. Yeah, it's parrots that like fly past here making screeching noises. It's kind of funny. But April 10th through the 14th, please make sure you guys put that on your calendar. We will be in Cartagena, Colombia. We will be at the Dreams Caravan. It's an all-inclusive resort there as well. That is going to be a fun time once you guys get a little bit more details outside of the details that I'm telling you. Now you're going to understand why I'm like, okay, you guys make sure you get here. So April 10th to the 14th, make sure you're in Cartagena, Colombia with us. Whereas Memorial Day, just send a text out. Shout out to Janan. She was like, hey, I'm looking forward to traveling with you guys again in 2025. When can we go? Well, the second annual Spellhouse trip, international trip, is in May 22nd through the 26th, which is actually Memorial Day weekend. It's in a place that you guys may not have heard of, but it's everything that you could possibly want in a place. It's the Island of Seven Blues, known as San Andres Island. We will be there linking up with another group travel curator. His name is Akeem with Live Be Do. We'll be out there already May 22nd through the 26th, Memorial Day weekend. If you guys don't know what the Spellhouse International trip is, everybody knows what homecoming is. Everybody also goes sometimes back for graduation. Continue to do that. However, some of us may not be looking to always be in the club anymore. This essentially takes all the vibes of graduation alumni weekend, takes all the vibes of homecoming weekend, and says, hey, Spellhouse people, Spellhouse alumni, people that love the Spellhouse community, Spellhouse homecoming vibes, we're going to take all those vibes on the road and essentially drop you off in an international destination that is beautiful and give you all that love that you like to feel during that weekend, but do it in another place. So realistically, Memorial Day weekend, make sure that is on your calendars. Make sure all of these are on your calendar. Hopefully you can make more than one, as there are many. But June, I see Eve on here. Shout out to Eve. We're going to head to Panama. Shout out to the Father's Day too. Panama will be their Father's Day weekend, June 12th through the 16th at the W Panama Hotel. Going to be a lovely experience. Panama's been in the news lately, probably for all the wrong reasons with Main Man, but we're going to go there and see the real Panama and give you guys some real information to be able to understand and experience what Panama has to offer. Whereas July, so I'm starting the beginning of the year, I started to see a bunch of people start posting that class of 2005. Some of y'all are starting to celebrate at least 20 years from high school. I know a lot of the people that watch me and follow me, you guys are probably at your 20-year reunion right now. And you may not be right. Panama is nice, but bad publicity. But I mean, you can't really listen to that guy. Um, but realistically, I know so many people are looking to celebrate their 20-year reunion. And once again, I am not trying to tell you to stop going to what it is that you were always going to go to. But I will tell you to do it a little different. So instead of the normal stuffy room high school reunion with the punch bowl, like, okay, if you want to go do that, go do that. But I challenge you to gather your friends, gather your class of 2005 mates and say, hey, let's go to Costa Rica, July 17th to the 21st. We will be at the Western Reserve Concho. That's in Guanacaste, Costa Rica. That is going to be a fun time. Please, if you did not graduate in 2005, don't feel like anything that is a niche thing doesn't mean that you're not invited if you don't fall into the niche. What happens is I know a good time when I see one. So there's going to be an event that is coming right after this one, after we get into after July, that I'm going to talk about, and you're going to understand. Okay, so this guy just likes good times. This guy just likes to curate good times and knows what good times are. So when we go to after we're done in Costa Rica, we'll be actually headed on that Virgin. So Virgin Voyages is an adults only cruise. For you guys that missed February, we got a little bit shorter cruise for you with the Virgin Voyages cruise. That's going to be porting out of Miami Beach. Miami Beach. And then you're going to be going to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, as well as Bimini, Bahamas. That is actually Labor Day weekend. So I get you guys in one day before. You'll be staying at the Fountain Blue for one night, and then you'll be porting out and heading to those two locations. We have an amazing itinerary. But that's also shout out to the D9, the Black Greeks. I say that is because we're linking up with House of Vibes to be able to do the Black Greek cruise. So before you ask, no, I am not Greek. I said yesterday I'm from Philly. Nah, but seriously, I'm not Greek. I just know a good time when I see one. You know, everybody goes to oil spills. Everybody goes to Kappa parties. Everybody goes to all of those things. So it's not like you have to only be one of them to go. You just may have a different experience. However, I will tell you the Virgin Voyages experience is bar none one of the best on water experiences that I have had. I honestly said I may never touch another cruise line or at least pay for one, you know. So realistically, Virgin Voyages, I'm certain that by now most of you guys have heard of it, but you guys have the opportunity to get out there with us and enjoy what Virgin has to offer. That is going to be August 28th through September 3rd. Whereas a little bit later in September, not too much later, about 2 weeks, we'll be headed to we'll go headed to Mexico. I say back to Mexico because I just got back. But to Mexico, we'll be headed to Mexico September 18th through the 22nd. We're going to be staying at the X Carat Arte. So if you guys don't know about X Carat, it is a group of theme parks that are very, very well, I would say they're relatively expensive. I think it's like over $100 a day. But they're very immersive. They have a sensory park. They have a water park. They have an adventure park with like zip linings and jumping in the cenote. Like it's a lot. I say that is because this is a trip that is ALL, which is all inclusive. So you got your food, you got your drinks, you got your accommodations, you got all of that. However, this is all inclusive in the sense that you guys will actually be able to go to all the X Carat theme parks, included food and drink when you're there, included in the price that you pay. So everything is included in this one price. The most inclusive package because X Carat is already doing what it's doing. It doesn't have to be curated too much. The only thing that we're doing off the itinerary of going to X Carat, linking back up with the House of Vibes down there in Mexico. So we'll be doing a catamaran party there, but we'll get into all the fun details for certain because October, Christopher Columbus Indigenous Peoples Weekend. Not certain what it is referred to as now, but I will tell you that is where we will be October 19th. Barcelo, Aruba. We will be in Aruba. So you guys have seen the flamingos, the beautiful water, the beautiful sand. You guys will have access to all of that. Barcelo is an all-inclusive resort, so you guys will have unlimited food and drinks as well as a curated itinerary. Whereas November brings us to one of, I would say most people love this part of time, Friendsgiving. So we are going to be doing Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving in Cartagena, Colombia. We'll be back at the Dreams Caravana. That's a all-inclusive resort. It's got three pools at the main area. It's got one pool at the beach club, and it also has its own private beach as well as the golf resort. So for all my golfers, you can actually go golfing next Friendsgiving. That'll be a Tuesday through Saturday, so we get you out of the country before you actually have to worry about too much of the day before traveling, and then get you back on Saturday. So you guys hopefully will dodge that bullet as well. So Friendsgiving, November 25th through the 29th, we'll be down here in Cartagena, which leads us into today. Today is Colombia. Well, we've got a number of things in Colombia because the more you guys see, we'll always do things outside of Colombia. But what I will tell you, excuse me, I'm just trying to, very, very sunny now that after rain went away. What I will tell you is that there are so many amazing cities. So many ones you guys know Medellín, you guys know Cartagena, but so many of you don't know San Andres. So many of you don't know Cali. So many of you don't know Carnival is one of the biggest carnivals in South America and is held in Barranquilla every year. So, yes, we go to Colombia a lot because I love Colombia, and the beauty of Colombia is something that should be explored by people of Colombian descent, people not of Colombian descent, because you are going to find beauty in what Colombia provides to you. What I will tell you, though, is December in here, Medellin, is one of the most electric times. You guys are going to be here December 4th through the 8th. You are going to be a little bit after what I'm about to tell you, but I just this kind of just sets the mood and sets the stage for what December offers. So November 30th, that night, everybody's getting ready to go out. It's probably the only time I'll probably take a nap at this time to say, okay, cool, I need to stay up. You know why? Because on December 1st, starting at midnight, the entire city is lit up with fireworks celebrating the start of December. It starts with a firework party. It was insane this year. It was insane the year before, and it's been insane every year before that when I wasn't here. But what I will tell you is that December is a special time. It gives you guys the ability to really understand what life is about. And I'm not saying Colombia's got everything figured out, but I'll tell you this. You guys are used to getting a good job and getting 14 paid days off. And I say that is because Colombians, if you have a job, you get 38 paid days off a year. And they use all of that in December. So I haven't talked to my lawyer since this. Shout out to Daniel. I haven't talked to him since December 11th, and he texted me today because yesterday was a Colombian holiday, which I found out. He texted me yesterday, to this morning at like 6 a.m. and was like, "Hey, Happy New Year," because he just clocked back in. People in Colombia don't need to work themselves to death in the sense of they're going to spend time with friends, they're going to spend time with family, and the city just becomes electric with all of that. It's always like that all year long, but there's so many different celebrations. So bringing you guys to Medellin December 4th through the 8th is 100% designed to show you some of the best of Medellin. Let's get into itinerary. You guys will be staying at the Click Clack Hotel. I know, I know. Doesn't sound right. Doesn't maybe sound real. But anybody that knows and has been will tell you. Hopefully I didn't lose TikTok. Can't really see them too much. But what I will tell you is the Click Clack Hotel was the hotel that I would always stay in when I was coming in to visit. It's one of the most prettiest hotels. Breakfast will be included. It's got like a jungle vibe, so the indoor outdoor vibes is definitely there for certain. What I will tell you is that it is in Poblado. It is in the Parquejeras section. However, it is far enough where you're not inundated with noise all night, but close enough where it's three blocks, about 3 blocks away. So you guys have the ability to go and see. It's not like we're putting you somewhere in the hills where you have to rely on us to go outside. No, 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 no. We want you guys to have a great time because this city is an amazing city. Um, What else are we going to get into? Now, we do guys have some optional tours for you guys as well, because we can't put everything on the menu. So, a couple of things that you guys have options with, ATVing or paragliding. Paragliding at 5,000 feet over a city like Medellin is one of the most beautiful things that I've ever done. It's one of the first things I've ever done when I first came to Medellin. You've got ATVing in the jungle. Other optional tours are the metro cable. So Colombia might have just laughed, because to hear somebody taking the tour of the metro cable, which I will give you a heads up is like it's almost like a ski lift. It takes you like up the mountain, and it's got beautiful scenic, all 360 views of Medellin. But it's public transportation. Realistically, I'll be honest with you. It's just that the beauty of Medellin is such in a simplistic way sometimes that you could actually take a tour of something that people just use. Imagine if somebody took a tour on a Philadelphia SEPTA bus. It's like, whoa, never seen one of these before. You're like, is this guy looking around? That is exactly the equivalent of that. However, the experience of that is definitely worth the tour. It's not long because you're going up the mountain and then you still have to go back down the mountain. But it is so scenic. And when you see Medellin, you're going to understand why you would want to take a tour like that, because the scenes and the views are exactly what it is that brings so many people here all the time. Obviously, I'm drinking coffee. We have plenty of coffee here. So they have a coffee farm tour that is an amazing tour. Amazing tour. If you guys have never seen coffee beans outside of your local market, they don't look like normal beans before they give them to you. They look completely different. They're like red, like actual. They look more like a fruit. When they go through the process, you'll see some of these things. I think the last time I went on a coffee farm tour, they made a tea out of the casings of the coffee beans. So the tea was actually amber color, like almost like more, it was even reddish. And it was clear. And it was the best thing I've ever had. Best thing I've ever had. So that's one of the optional tours, as well as the Green Farm Coffee and Beer Tour. Shout out to my buddy Kim. Kim is the owner of, I believe it is Oriente Magica, which is they have a excuse me, they have a green farm, organic. That was what I was going for. They have an organic green farm in the mountains, and it's about 45 minutes away, so maybe about an hour, but it's worth the drive. One, it's beautiful. Two, you guys get access to a green farm that has green friendly things on there. It has depends on what kind of season things may be in bloom, so it might be like flowering season. There's vegetables being grown. Like I remember coming home and I had a huge bag of peppers and onions and just the most, and everything is organic, the freshest vegetables that I ever had. That was just, and then just sitting up there with the coffee, playing around. They had the terpenes were like literally like liquid, and it was like putting it on you. You could smell it. It was amazing time. What also happens there, you be in the town of El Retiro. El Retiro is a small town outside of Medellin. It's so beautiful. It's so clean and so vibrant. It just gives you really small town Colombia. But there you'll be going and sampling some coffee, as well as doing lunch there in the square. And then lastly, you guys go to do a Belgian craft beer tasting. So a lot of opportunities. And these are the optional tours. Never mind the itinerary. We're going to get into the itinerary for certain. Starting with Thursday. If you guys are new here, you might not know. But we know that you travel from afar. Why? Because you don't live in this destination. So you had to probably travel from quite some distance to get here. Leave probably relatively early. So we want to bring you guys into a setting where you can guys, one, first get there and relax, and then two, get some good food in you. Do something a little cool, nothing too crazy, but want to get you guys familiar with the people, familiar with me outside of these conversations, familiar with the people that are going to be on the trip with you, whether you came by yourself, you came with your homeboy, your homegirl, but you're going to meet other people on this trip. And the opportunity to grow with the travel community is really one of the biggest things I personally think that we love to do, which is, okay, we might have met you on this trip, but now you're coming on this trip, and then you're coming and meeting other people that came on the trip that you weren't on, and then now all of you guys are meeting, and then the next trip everybody's coming, then there's a new person coming, and then you kind of continue because I appreciate everybody that comes back. I say that is because they come back in a way where they're like, you guys don't know us. You guys don't know, if you haven't been on a trip, what it looks like, what the itinerary can be like, especially when I'm there and we know, it's a group, it's one of our group trips. Because the people, even one time, they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to go on the next one. And I tell them, when's the next one? They're like, listen, I don't need to know itinerary. All I need to know is dates and where we're going, so I know where to book my flights. That's it. Because I know you're gonna put the itinerary together in a way where we're gonna eat good, we're gonna have a good time, we're gonna see everything, and that's the kind of experience that I want you guys to have. So when we put itineraries together, it's designed to make it easier on you. Just you're already in America. Why have to go and be hassled outside of the United States? So these itineraries are designed with you in mind and giving you guys best access to food, fun, history, and culture in your destination. So Thursday night, we're gonna do something that everybody knows, but you ain't never seen it done like this before. So everybody knows bowling. Everybody knows bowling. Everybody knows bowling. Super straightforward. It's bowling, right? You guys haven't been to Colombia. So Colombia doesn't do anything straightforward. You can't just get a hot dog in Colombia. It's got to be a Colombian hot dog. It's going to have 1,000 things on there because why show up if you're not going to go big? This bowling event that we'll be taking you guys to is called Super Bowl. If you guys go Google it, go on Instagram. Literally, it is. You will forget that you were at a bowling alley. It's I go there often to eat because the food is A1. I go there and get steak and sushi. What bowling alley would you ever go get steak or sushi at? Never, never. You never even heard something like that. But that is why we're taking you guys there because it is more so an experience than your normal bowling event. Yes, we will give you guys shoe runs, so we will do 2 hours of bowling. Um, we will get you guys some food and everything else, but we want you to experience what Super Bowl offers. There's a trampoline park in there. I believe there's axe throwing there now. There's usually a DJ. At nighttime, they literally come out with fire dancers and they're like twirling stuff. And there's a guy like looks like Colombian J. Cole. He's got locks and everything. He's playing the saxophone and then he hit one note and then fireworks shoot out the sax. Like your first night in Medellin with us in December is going to be absolutely amazing. So we're going to actually get you guys there, have a good time, be able to be respectful of the fact that you've probably been traveling all day. But I want to get you guys some good food, and I want to take you somewhere that I've been before and show you something that I know you're going to love. So that is Thursday. Now, Friday gets into your options. Now, we have on here ATV or paragliding. But many of the options that I went over with, outside of anything that would be a full day, the green farm is a full day. You wouldn't be able to do that in a half day because we need you back in the afternoon. But ATVing, paragliding, that is your morning. You can choose one of those two. You can choose the Metro Cable Tour. You can choose to walk the city at your leisure. Your option. Now you're paying for one of those two, but your option is kind of open. You have breakfast at the hotel. Whereas at night, in the afternoon, we are going to get you guys some lunch. We're going to take you to Mi Palenque, which is an Afro-Colombian restaurant. Shout out to those guys over there. And then we'll be taking you over to Comuna Trece. Comuna Trece, Comuna 13, was one of the world's most dangerous neighborhoods at one time. You might say, why are you going to take me to where the world's most dangerous neighborhood was? I don't care. One time, yesterday. No, guys, it's one of the most amazing stories. It's an amazing story of resilience and people that had enough hope in themselves to, be able to get through what it was that they were put through. That place now is no longer one of the world's most dangerous neighborhoods. It's a vibrant city and tourism place that is full of color. It is full of so many murals and artworks, but the artwork tells a story. So I always tell people, never go. Some people are like big DIYers, and that's good for some things. But in travel, if you don't know what you're seeing, If you don't know the story behind it, you can only get a certain amount of appreciation for it. So I always say, please hire a local guide, hire somebody. It don't have to be me. I don't live everywhere, and I can't say that everybody is going to hire me, but hire somebody that knows, because you would. There's so many people that travel and they go somewhere and then they have a bad time, and you're like, well, what did you do? Well, I went to so and so and so and so. It's like anybody that knows that place knows not to go there except you, but you know nothing besides what Chat GPT could give you. That doesn't work if you're actively traveling with the intention of seeing things and understanding where you are and having a good time. So realistically, our Community 13 will be not only an opportunity to take pictures, Instagram moments, views, everything of that nature, but you're gonna understand the stories behind the artwork. You wouldn't be able to get the stories behind the artwork unless you were with somebody that knew the stories. That portion right there is such an amazing thing to be able to blend the history with the art that you're seeing. And now, what just seemed like a painting now has so much more meaning. So, Community 13, that is what we're doing in the afternoon. At nighttime, we are going to do two very cool things. One, we're going to go support Black business. So, shout out to my buddy Tim. We'll be going to Skybox here in Laureles. Skybox Medellín um, is a black expat owned sports bar. Beautiful views. Why it's called Skybox. We'll be going there. Drinks and food will be included with that, and then literally we will be taken from Skybox and picked up. Well, where are we going? We are going to go on a Colombian party bus. Colombian party bus is called a Shiva. And in December, these things are like everywhere because people are having a great time with their friends and their family. And it's an open air scenario. And it's always beautiful down here. So it's always going to be 70, 75 degrees. So those worrying about December, is it going to be cold? I mean, it's January. It's snowing where you are. And I have on shorts and a t-shirt. So you guys are going to enjoy this experience because it's an entire party that takes you somewhere. It's going to take you past the river. The river is, I don't know what it's going to be next year. Last year, 2023, it was the 50 years of Disney. 2024, it was the nativity scenes. And then 2025, we are going to see what it is. But I'm sure it's going to be like Jesus and Christ related and everything else, or something that is like for family friendly kind of things. I mean, we are in the Catholic place, but I say that is because the river is lit up with a bunch of fixtures that are suspended high in the air. You guys are going to be listening to music. You're going to get a little bit of Colombian music, get a little bit of music that you guys are used to, and then literally be driven through the city on a city tour. And then we're going to go to the Christmas lights. The Christmas lights are literally so much fun. They're like huge Christmas lights, and in a park that we're going to go to, we'll either go to Sabaneta or Envigado. I think we went to Envigado this year. Those Christmas lights, everybody's outside. You really get to feel the Colombian energy. You know, it's such a beautiful time, and it's really dope because when we go to mass events, we always got a question mark, like, is something going to happen? And down here, it's not normal. You know, that's not normal. So to go and to have that weight taken off of you and to see some things and to do some things that you've never done, December is going to be a magical time. Now, Saturday, we're going to link up with my buddies at Origin and Culture, you know, to get you guys on a Black Joy Parade. You might be asking, what is a Black Joy Parade? Thank you. Thank you for asking. Have you ever been to New Orleans? If you guys ever been to New Orleans, you guys are familiar with a second line. Well, this is a Colombian second line. Literally, that's probably the closest way I can get you guys to understand. But this gives you guys the opportunity to literally live your best Black life. Like, I'm trying to tell you, there's music. People are dancing. They're dancing like you've never seen. They're probably dancing like you have before. People are literally chanting. They have a drink that is from the Afro-Colombian people called Viche. That's getting poured around. Oh, man, it's such an amazing time. I think they have one coming up February 1st. Shout out to Origin and Culture, you know, for all it is that they do down here. They are an Afro-Colombian organization down here that provides so many resources for the Afro-Colombian community, provides extends olive branches and open doors for, us Afro expats that are down here living our best lives. They give us the opportunity to really see what, our brothers and sisters of the African diaspora are doing and how they do it. And I really appreciate, what they do. So that daytime, that is what we'll be doing during the day. So you guys definitely get geared up for that. And then at nighttime, we're gonna link up with my homegirl Miss Chalet. Miss Chalet puts together the cross cultural exchange. So all those people you just saw at the Black Joy Parade, we're gonna go bring them together with us and the Afro expats that are down here and anybody that wants to come. But realistically, it's a cultural exchange that allows us to say, okay, what are y'all eating over there? And they bring that to the table. All right, well, this is what we eat over here. And we bring that to the table. And we dance to the different musics, both ours and theirs. We play different games. I was telling everybody yesterday that Colombians play bingo with the same energy that Black people play spades. You're like, bingo? My grandma get on bingo. Yeah, you remember, you see how grandma get when bingo. Like, imagine that if she was 40 years younger. Yep. And it was the funniest thing when I first saw that, but it's such a unique thing to see and be a part of. And you see so many similarities in this. And this entire trip is designed to show you these things. It's designed to show you what it is that you won't see on TikTok all the time. What it is that CNN won't show you about what Colombia has to offer you. They want to keep y'all there. I'm trying to let y'all know they don't want y'all to think somewhere else is better. But I have been going for 2 years, and I'm telling you, I don't. Everybody know me. I'm going to T-shirt. I'm not coming back, and there's a reason why. I'm here in Colombia, and it's my pleasure and my duty to be able to extend the olive branch and say, "Hey, come enjoy. See what it is that I've seen. Maybe you don't want to live here, but you're gonna like it." Now Sunday we'll do one thing that depends on how adventurous you are. You guys might have seen it or heard of Guatape. Guatape, we will be going to Guatape, which is a beautiful city, about in it's a little ways, but we'll get an early start because we want you guys to be able to see it. We're going to go on a boat tour. They have a man-made lake there, so you guys go around the tour, see some of these beautiful houses that they have out there. For all of my adventurous people, the Pino Rock, that is a 400 plus step. It's a lot of steps. I've done it. And I told it's only one way I'll do it again, but it's something to do because when you get up there, the view is so beautiful. I'm just scared of heights. Yes, I am tall, but I am scared of heights. I am already as tall as I want to be. So that is why I'm like, I don't want to know if I do want to do it again, maybe one more time. But it is something that you guys will have the option to do. If not, the entire city is there and it's beautiful. There's shops, there's little like coffee shops, there's like things you can buy, like little knickknacks or whatever. There's a lot of things going on in the city of Guatape, and it's just beautiful. And then we'll head back. We'll head back because we're going to end and do our farewell dinner at one of my favorite restaurants in Colombia, uh, which is shout out to Darwin. We'll be going to Andaluf restaurant, and I'm really proud of what they've been doing because they opened up a second location, and they also opened up like a community aspect center of it. So they do like community work, and that's one of the things that the Afro-Colombian community does down here is really go about supporting each other. So it's our opportunity and our job to turn around and give back by supporting each other by going to eat some good food. Can't beat that. The food is amazing. I literally took my friend there. Shout out to Ro, and she wouldn't let the woman take her leftovers plate because she didn't trust her that she was going to give all the sauce that she wanted. So she wanted to do it by herself because the sauce that she had on his fish was just amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And she's like, "You trying to go to the fish spot? You trying to go to the fish spot?" Like it's an amazing spot. And the opportunity to come down here, support Afro-Colombian businesses, Afro expat businesses. There's so many different ones that's down here. I can't possibly show you them all, but the opportunity at hand is something that I'm really excited to be able to share with you. So that is what we will be doing over the days. If you've been paying attention, it should sound like a lot of fun. You guys should be getting excited about it. But obviously, we got to talk about pricing. Now, I always tell you, the Mood Travel Club site is almost done. So If you go to link.me/Mood Travel Club, you can book this trip and put your deposit down, and you can put your deposit down for all of the trips, whatever one that you want over the calendar year. That's perfectly fine. The pricing that is there is currently lower than the pricing that is going to be on the Mood Travel Club site. And I'm not going to spend the time to update that because the updates on the club site will be done soon. I say that is because if you put your money and you deposit on what it is that is on the link.me/Mood Travel Club, then you will be locked in with said price that is listed there. Do yourself a favor. The website will be done in a couple of days. So if you are interested in any of these, make sure that you're putting that information, going to link.me/Mood Travel Club to be able to get you guys situated. Now, that is the December 4th through the 8th trip. Tomorrow, we're going to get into some travel things. We're going to talk about some travel things because we made it to the beginning of next year uh, as far as the end of our calendar. So we start over again and we'll go back into March. However, I do want to make certain that not only are we saying, hey, come with us, but learn something while you're here too. If I could tell you something that you don't know about travel, wouldn't that be beneficial to you? No money involved. It's free. We just want you guys to be able to travel more. If you don't travel with us, please just keep going, traveling, seeing these things, but travel with intention too. Travel with etiquette. Speaking of travel, we'll be back in a couple hours. We'll be back around 6:30 or so. So make sure you turn your notifications on. I say that is because we will be back and talking about something very important. The M word. What's the M word? Mental health. Tuesdays are designed for mental health, both your mental health in the United States versus how your mental health can positively change by moving abroad. And also, what how do you maintain positive mental health while living abroad? Those are all things that you need to be prepared for. You can be prepared for staying in the United States and saying, okay, well, I can learn something on, my mental health in the United States, because a lot of people don't even know they're going through something. But you're going to learn some things that, and I am not a mental health professional. I'm just a person that is willing to share what it is that has helped me, what it is that has caused me to leave, what it is that if you can't leave, what you can possibly do to make certain that you guys are good. Because we want to make sure you're straight. So those are the things that we'll be talking about tonight. The mental health abroad scenario. I, I wasn't, I didn't know how heavy things were until I no longer had to pick them back up. And that was, I had to take a pause on that and say, I don't know how to feel because I've always been going through this. And now I'm no longer going through this. And I feel a little weird because y'all not even ready for that. And then how do you take care of yourself? Like you cannot move abroad and be a hermit because you're going to struggle. If you're in a different culture and you don't understand the language, you are going to struggle. So giving you guys some heads up for all those people that are moving abroad and thinking about it, saying, hey, all right, y'all gonna move abroad, but hey, you got to take care of your positive mental health while you're there. What things can you do? You'd be surprised how much more outdoor things and how much more people are willing to go outdoors and be collective and open with people that they may have just met because they left too and we're in the same boat. A lot of things we're going to cover tonight, but it's important because it's not just here are the steps that you need to move mental health. To move abroad. Here's what you need. Here's a lawyer. Go for it. I would be doing you a disservice if I only told you that. Anybody that's saying, hey, come on a relocation tour and is only giving you information about the relocation tours and nothing about the real stuff that you need to actually be prepared for before you put your stuff in the bag, they are an opportunist. Seriously. Because I needed somebody to do what it is that I'm doing for you. I did not have it, but there's no way that considering what it is that I do and the opportunity to have conversations, why wouldn't I turn around and reach back to people that I know right now are going through a lot of mental health problems in the United States? And I'm not meaning somebody that's clinically diagnosed. I mean, the fact that the groceries are now $100 a bag and they keep rising. I literally just, before I got on here, I just saved an article and sent it to myself. Hey, United States consumers, beware. 2025 brings 20 to 25% tariff increases on consumer goods, food, electronics. What does that look like? Because we're not getting nobody's 20% raise. I might have hit you in the head. Might have hit something. So we're gonna get it. We're gonna get into it tonight. We're gonna talk about it. Listen, bring your questions. Bring what you've been thinking about. It's about to be inauguration. We just had yesterday was it 3 years from the January 6th turn up for the folks, and we right back where we started. So bring what you going through. You know, let me know what y'all doing. Let me know how y'all feeling so we can have a conversation about this because somebody needs to have it. Somebody needs to have it with y'all. I appreciate you guys as always. I lost TikTok about 20 minutes ago because the sun came out. I was late because of rain, and now the sun came out. That's a life lesson in there. I'm gonna let y'all sit on that one until I see y'all later. But I appreciate you guys as always. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for always doing what y'all have to do as far as sharing this, being supportive in the messages, asking questions in the comments. Those are all things that are valuable to somebody that's maybe too scared to ask or too scared to have these conversations with y'all. So thank you. It's been 46 minutes exactly. I will see you guys in a couple hours. We're going to get into it. Safe travels home. If you are in a snow environment, please travel even safer. I'll see y'all in a few.